Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Don't want to see apostles and elders, great most on the roll, and Shalom to the brothers doing the wax, certain truth. Um, yeah, damn. So yeah, the UK has hit a recession once again, and it's been, it's been on the books. It's been pretty evident, from a few, I think like a month, just over a month, a few weeks back. They've kind of been talking about like, oh, it's been on the horizon. Obviously now, they've done the calculations, whatever, to make it official. And then when the news was coming out in the UK, they were saying, basically a recession's coming. That's when America was basically changing the definition of what recession is. Because basically meant to be, if the economy's shrinking, then, it's a recession. But they're trying to make it, more specific, more has to be um kind of specified a bit more. Um so it's on Reuters. It says what UK economy shrinks at start of feared long recession. So it says um Britain's economy shrank in the 3 months to September at the start of what is likely to be a lengthy recession, underscoring the challenge for Finance Minister Jeremy Hunt as he prepares to raise taxes and cut spending next week. Economic output shrank by 0.2% in the third quarter, less than the 0.5% contraction analysts had forecast in the Reuters poll. Friday's official data shows. Okay. But it was the first fall in gross domestic product since the start of 2021, when Britain was still under tight restrictions as households and businesses struggle with severe cost of living crisis. So that says what Britain's economy is now further below its pre-pandemic size, is the only group of 7 economy yet to recover fully from the sea slump, and is smaller than it was 3 years ago on a calendar quarter basis. So yeah, it's all kinds of done. It's basically on its last legs as far as support wise, because the the economy, especially over here, you kind of have been able to not pay attention, even though it was. I remember having conversations with people at work when the very start of the pandemic, when they were doing like the furlough scheme, just give them money. Way back then, I remember guys just saying like, yeah, as soon as we have to start paying this back, it's gonna become big. It's gonna become a mess. And that's really it's not just the furlough, but it's a cascade of effects where one presses on another, and hey, it's left the no, it's just left the economy the peak spot, and people are not prepared. They're not really trying to not be able to partake within that they ain't really trying to not partake within society. They're basically just gonna exhaust whatever options they can have to basically keep it going. Read this, Matthew. Oh wait, wasn't it? It was Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord Jehovah's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Just really that. That's what they're out here essentially trying to do. You know, all these different means. And it feels like now is more as all these different, you know, these myriad factors are kind of hitting to where, you know, the average everyday guy's life is being impacted, because that's really when people kind of, you know, begin to care, begin to actually pay attention to these things, when it's, you know, affecting them in the day to day. We would have hit, well, if so be, she may be healed. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for a judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So yeah, you know, whatever means of you know, of so-called salvation. Yeah. Would have filled Babylon. All these different you know, methods, these different means. You know, all these heads coming together to come, you know, to come up with solutions. These guys are basically um mm, um what was it? Where everyone's basically, you know, doing all they can to, you know, try and reinforce and compound on Babylon, but it's you know, it's on its last legs, and it's something that within Esau's kingdom has been recognized, to where a lot of people are not, you know, they're trying to eject themselves from within the system. You know, they're trying to you know, look for an out. They might be looking towards, you know, where they think things can go next. That's where you get a lot of people jumping on crypto and kind of putting the eggs in that basket. But in reality, what? It ain't gonna ride. There's a bit more actually. So this is what back in the article, it says research director James Smith said the figures provided a sobering backdrop for Hunt's November 17th budget announcement, when he would try to convince investors that Britain can fix its public finances and its credibility on economic policy after Liz Truss's brief spell as Prime Minister. The Chancellor is peak because she fully came in and then just like crumbled. You know, a whole layer of society just got done up, man. Funny as hell still. Just done everything. What she did to the economy is fam, it's unprecedented. She just announced one thing, and then it just, you know, started the what's it called, the economy death spiraling. So as the chancellor will need to strike a balance between putting the public finances on sustainable footing without making the cost of living even worse or hitting already stretched public services. says, responding to data, Hunt repeated his warnings that tough decisions on tax and spending would be needed. I am under no illusion there is a tough road ahead. One which will require extremely difficult decisions to restore confidence and economic stability, Hunt said in a statement. But to achieve long-term sustainable growth, we need to grip inflation, balance the books, and get debt falling. He added, there's no other way. Tisk tisk. But hey, they're caught up in prophecy, man. So that recovery, well, the economic, salvation's gonna come from what? The charagma, the mark. That's where they're gonna be looking to get that back. Well, essentially, that's how it's gonna be marketed to the general populace, man. Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that's what, has been noticed, to a greater extent is what the days have been shortened. They're basically becoming less and less time to kind of do things and work things out. Now, coming down to a decision. But yeah, the days of being short. Well, it's Esau's, even within his bounds, the way he's been running away with it is, just legendary levels of destruction being dealt with, man. Just hella confusion. But hey, as it says, for the elect's sake, the days will be shortened, man. No shortened days or what? To bring close to that day of judgment. Everything Esau's, he's handled, he's set up. It's all gonna come to naught. Let's see if there was yeah, man's had a 2-year inflation, 2-year recession incoming, so probably gonna be able to count the suicides going from like hands to feet. Because why? People we just kind of give in, man, when shit gets tough. Especially Esau. But yeah, I'll leave it there. So praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Bashem Hakakadash. Don't want to say apostles and the Holy Spirit, Milson, Roll Shalom.